Alright everybody, so I know earlier I said we'd be making chocolate, but I didn't realize that I was running really low, so low that I don't have enough to do a thing today. So instead we'll be doing some candied sparkled nuts, particularly Fisher's cashews. I forgot to go get them, so BRB, I have to go get them out of my pantry. Listen to the music. Nuts have been acquired using whole cashews. I wash my hands. Alright, now we're ready to make nuts. Just drying off my hands so everything's nice and clean before we begin making the nuts. Okay. So far I've prepped a bowl of about 5 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and then in another bowl I have about 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and this is going to be turned into my liquid base for my nuts with the flavoring, and the sugar crystal granulated will be the sparkle covering. So time to make prickly pear sauce, basically. So I've purchased prickly pear cactus syrup. If you've ever seen a cactus with little pears that look like that, that's what will be the flavoring for our nuts. So I'm going to add this directly to the powdered sugar. It should make a super thick glaze. If you've never had prickly pear before, it kind of smells and tastes like blackberries. So I'm going to measure out a few tablespoons full just until we get the right consistency. Okay. 1 tablespoon. I love that color. I hope that's coming through really well on the camera. That is the deepest magenta I've ever seen. I'd like to have a car this color. Okay, set that aside. Now we'll mix the powdered sugar mixture to see if that's enough liquid to create a glaze. And I've already clumped my whisk. Alright, I think we're going to need some water to moisten this. It's already turning a light purple. So let me get a tablespoon of water in there. Trying to work our whisk so that the excess comes off. Okay. There we go. So So this is creating a nice glaze now. It's cooperating. It smells really strongly of blackberries, or like a mixture of blackberry and raspberry. I'm basically just making a pink sugar paste. Hey, Cool Gamer, what's up? I just noticed part of my phone mount blocks the chat, so if I don't see it right away, I'm super sorry. And I'm glad you're here. Hello. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of water to this glob. Tap the extra out. Tap, tap, tap. All right. Oh. Once again, trying to do things with my right hand, and I'm not right-handed. I also think I might need a spoon more than a whisk for this. Or a spoon and a whisk. Alright, now I've got a spoon. Working the sugar mixture and the water together. Getting all the lumps out. Mix, 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 mix. If you've ever made like French toast glaze, it's very similar. I do think that this will be a bit too runny. I'm gonna look and see the way it drops off the back of my spoon, because I want it to cover the nut almost so that you can't see half of the nut. So if I can see the spoon through my glaze, I don't think it's thick enough. It's dripping a lot, so I'm gonna add a little bit more powdered sugar, and hopefully it won't get too thick and we won't be playing this game of add sugar, add water, add sugar, add water until I have an industrial sized bucket of it. So let's add a little more powdered sugar to make that thicker. I'm adding about a tablespoon. Stir that up, make it a little thicker. Scrape the sides, get all your sugar down. I've got some powdered sugar clumps, so I'm just going to be real violent with my mixture to get them out. Use a lot of force and vigor in your stirring. There, and it'll be smooth. Okay, I like that consistency more. Let's try it on a nut and see. I think it might be too runny. Let's add some more cactus pear syrup. Oh, that smells so good. Mix that up. Ooh. that's without any food coloring at all. That's just natural color of the prickly pear. So I'm gonna keep that color. And I just want to enhance it with sparkle. So I'm going to try and get a similarly colored sugar coating with sparkle in it. So let me grab my sparkles. I'm going to be adding luster powder. I'm going to add this pink, a little bit of this red to kind of get to this purple-ish, and I think that's it. Let's see how that goes. So this is complete. Now we're focused. I'm trying to aim it. Here we go. Set that behind me. And I'll use a spoon, just stir the sugar. Let's start off by adding some pink. Tap, 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 tap. Quite a bit of pink. And now a bit of red. Let's mix that. Another way I like to mix colors is just by shaking the bowl. Just grabbing it at different points and shaking it can disperse the color when you don't have anything to stir it with. It's more of a bubblegum pink. I think I'm going to add a little bit of straight up purple. I forgot for a second that I had purple. Okay, let's stir that and see if it makes a prickly pear-esque color. No, we need more purple. Did about 5 taps of purple luster powder. Stir this up. It's a little bit more what I'd like. I think that's as good as I'm going to get for now anyway. So there's going to be our sugar sparkle coating. BRB, I'm going to close the window. Alright, gotta wash my hands after that. Now that we have both of our components, let's bring our sauce back. So our system is going to be, first I'm going to move the thing of nuts over here so it'll be nut, sauce, and then dip in the sugar, and then place on the parchment paper. Fresh container of nuts. Never been opened. Let's pop it open. Here we go. Fresh. Okay. Sorry, that was a very long hand wash. All right. Give that a quick stir. Get the color incorporated again. And we take one of our whole cashews, grab one of the ends of it, dunk it, let it drip. And then dunk it in the sugar. And you get a sparkly pink prickly pear cashew. Set it on the parchment paper to harden. And that's how you make a nut. So let's make a bunch of them. Dip. Drip. Dunk. I'm using alliteration, yay. And place on the parchment paper. I think I'm gonna make our sauce a little thicker. It's dripping off and showing more nut than I want. That sounded bad. Plop 1 more tablespoon in there. Stir that. If I can figure out how to make this syrup into a pie, like a prickly pear cream pie. I'm saying all the wrong things today, but I think that would be really tasty. Prickly pear is underrated in my opinion. Okay, let's see how our nuts dip in that. I'm just gonna go with the language today and keep making bad jokes. All right, let's see how that drips. Better. I would like more product to stick. I think this is slightly, okay, and then we dunk it in. Rotate it so the excess stays on there. We want to get flavor to stay on there. And then set it down. Add another tablespoon of sugar, make that a little thicker. I don't have a recipe for this. You think I would? That looks better. See how it coats the back. That's nice. I like that. All right, try it out with a nut. Scoop. Or dip. Drip. See, there's in my opinion, a lot more product is staying on the nut. So when I dip it into the sugar, more liquid is going to be, what's the term I'm looking for? The sugar helps the liquid stay on without dripping off. So when the sugar dries, you get more flavor. And then there's sparkle. I thought I got whole cashews. This is a half. Fisher's. Come on. Drip. Dunk. Dry. Dip. Drip. Dunk. Dry. You can probably predict I'm going to put another tablespoon of powdered sugar in there because I'm not happy with the thickness. Incorporate that. Let's get it thicker. Grab a nut. Dunk it. Oh yeah, look how much product is staying on there now. You can see a thick glaze remains even when a bunch drips off. That's what I want. And then dunk it in the sugar. The glaze stays without dripping off anymore. I haven't even tasted one yet. Let me taste this one. Oh, those are dangerous. Those are tasty, tasty guys. Prickly pear is where it's at. That's so good. I think I might need a teeny bit of salt in my granulated sugar. The flavor of the prickly pear is falling flat a little bit before it should. So let's see if adding a bit of salt will help it maintain itself. Okay, shake that around. So we've got a salted nut. Dunk it in the sugar mixture. Let it drip. Dip in the sugar mixture. Okay, let's see. Not to toot my own horn, But I was absolutely correct. Adding a pinch of salt to my granulated sugar mixture made the prickly pear flavor really take a big step forward in my mouth. So don't be afraid to add an inconsequential amount of salt to your sugar products, because it's just going to make the flavor bolder and stronger. So glad I put salt in there. Okay. Time to really start getting our nuts wet. I'm immature. I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. Drip, 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 drip. Oh, my music turned off. I can't hear it anymore. Let me turn that back on. Just finding some music to put on in the background. YouTube is being dumb for me. Yeah, I'm trying to play music for us, and there's my ring light, and it's just not working. Come on, YouTube, I believe in you. I'm just checking to see the stream is still working, so YouTube isn't broken. Maybe my internet is down.